First came the instant camera. Then came the instant cash machine. I say, do what I do. Put them together, and now you can put anybody's kisser on any U.S. currency. Gypsy? Say Richard Basehart.
Richard Basehart.
See? It's called the Dollaroid. Check it out. And now we've got a special presentation by Sir Crow T. Robot and Dame Tom Servo on some of the merits of the Dollaroid.
Excuse me, Mrs. Retail Lady Person.
Yes?
I would like to purchase one of your fine products using this $5 bill.
Well, sir, if I'm going to take that $5 bill, I'm going to need some proper identification.
No problem. My picture is right here on the bill, so you can cash my $5 with a clear conscience.
How convenient. Now all I have to do... Wait a minute. Joel, get in here. Huh? What's going on? You don't need identification for cash money. This whole concept is absurd.
Here's a little hush money. Don't tell your mother I gave you
hush
this.
Money. Wait. This money has my picture on it. It's totally worthless. You could never use money like this. What is this, some kind of joke? Am I some kind of clown? Do I amuse you in some fashion?
What do you think,
It's
sir?
absurd. If the...
Your invention is absurd. It's ridiculous. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I love it. Keep up the good work.
Oh, shut up, Frank. Well, Marriott Hartley, our invention exchange this week deals with the concept of facial tissue. We've come up with tissue that has faces.
That's right. Think right-wing columnist Pat Buchanan is no one to sneeze at? Well, now you can.
Frank's chosen the Kleenex line of presidential candidates for '92, while I've relied on the Star Search comedy competition runners-up series. For instance, there's Sinbad. Women be different than men. That's it. Or there's Rick Dukeman. I hate chocolate. That's it. And what collection would be complete without 10-time winner Ichi Guy? I lost to a damn ventriloquist.
You know, I'm having a hard time sneezing into this thing. I mean, maybe Pat Buchanan really is no one to sneeze at. He's even more evil than Bruce Willis.
Oh, some fresh pepper, Frank? No, Frank, sneezes are insensitive. Frank, no! Your experiment this week, Joel, is called Space Travelers. It's actually marooned with the Film Ventures International treatment, new credit sequence, in other words, and the presence of Gregory Peck or Gene Hackman does not diminish the pain in any way. Frank, push the... No, Frank, no!
Absolutely ridiculous. You see the whole...
Well, I guess the big news around here is Dr. Clayton Forrester died, passed away 2-3 days ago. As you can imagine, it's a little hectic, what with the funeral arrangements and the business to attend to. And the mole people have been a great source of strength.
Wow, what happened?
He was dead. I guess that's what caused it all. Well, you know, the upshot of all this is I'm going to be in charge around here from now on. What a way to get a promotion, huh? Oh, hi.
Why don't you forge ahead with this week's invention exchange, Joel? I'm going to be busy with Frank for a second.
Ooh, you think you'll kill him?
Hush, child. Well, sirs, our invention today looks like an ordinary prop radio, except that its tuner only picks up channels from old sitcoms and movies. Like, for example, this is set up for the Plot Point channel.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special bulletin. The Midvale Bank has just been robbed by 2 armed hooligans.
And then there's the incredibly plot-specific news channel.
This just in, apparently the Harlem Globetrotters are lost at sea and thought to be washed up on an uncharted desert isle.
And, of course, the generic teen dance music station. This one song has been playing on this one station for over 50 years.
Yeah, this was danced to by the likes of Chip Douglas and Marcia Brady, even Jethro Bodine. What do you think, sirs?
Here, it's going to start hurting soon. Take one of these for pain, and the red ones should reduce the swelling.
Thanks, Steve.
Well, very clever, Holly Hobby. Now taste the red-hot steel of Dr. Clayton Firebrand Forrester. The punching bag has always had a sound principle behind it. Frank?
Yes, that it's fun to beat Boffo the Clown savagely and repeatedly till the Boffo's bleeding from the ears. But then, alas, the thrill is gone. The fire goes out of your belly. You need something new to stimulate your imagination.
That's right. That's why we've invented these hateful punching bags with images of characters from the Renaissance Festival. For instance, there's the rat catcher. Excuse me, sir, is that your head or did your neck throw up? Oh, bite me, Frodo. And there's the ever-popular leather mug maker. Please, sir, sample my wares.
Sample my fist, you community theater reject.
Lovable Harlequin. I am Harlequin.
I am your worst nightmare. $23 to get in. Huzzah my butt, you satin-suited, sulkin-reading loser.
That's enough, Frank. Well, Joel, your experiment this week is a sweetmeat replete with empty-headed teens, fast cars, and a cute little lizard. It's called the Giant Gila Monster, and it will make you hurt, or my name's not Earl Scheib. Enjoy.
Well, sirs, our invention exchange this week is based on the premise that more and more people are becoming vegetarians. This means warehouses full of gamey force beef products. What are you going to do with all that steak? Make a fun friend.
Like this little guy, Mr. Meat and Potato Head. That's rare, isn't it?
We've taken the Mr. Potato Head concept and fleshed it out, literally. For example, here's beef spokesman James Garner as Mr. Brisket Head, and he comes with his own little Rockford Camaro.
And of course, there's the suave and continental Sir Beef Wellington Head.
Oh, is the great Sir Beef Wellington Head going to grace us with his presence?
Yeah, and for all those smart shoppers that have already been vegetarians, there's Mr. Stuffing instead of Potato Head. What do you think, sirs?
Stuffing instead of potatoes, honey, I love you!
Meat is murder, Frank. Speaking of conserving waste, just because your British pop sensation's career has gone stale doesn't mean that he has to. That's why we've invented the Tupperware container to lock in pop star freshness. Who's our stale singing sensation, Frank?
Well, it's none other than British pop star Morrissey. He's a little depressed. So, Morrissey, how you doing?
He hurt me with that remark. Did I mention that I cried?
Well, I mean, come on, Morrissey. I mean, we're basically evil, granted, but a lot of what we say around here is just good-natured ribbon.
Well, it hurt me. Did I mention that I cried? Is it wrong not to always be glad?
Well, we seem to have got you at a bad time. Morrissey, Joel, your experiment this week comes from that shameful decade known as the 80s. It's a film called City Limits, and it stars James Earl Jones at the low point in his career and Kim Cattrall at a high point. It also has Robbie Benson and Ray Dong Chong doing things they're not happy with either. And now, to prove that our Tupperware coffin really locks in pop star freshness, Morrissey's going to honor us with a song, aren't you, Morrissey?
This is a song I wrote at a time in my life when I was very, very, very sad. At breakfast, actually. It's called Hairdresser in a Coma. I cried last night, I died a million deaths, thinking of your sweet face and the way you sing. I cried inside, we lied and died, and then I cried again. I must have wept for hours, 'cause I couldn't cry no more, but I lied inside, we died and cried.
Well, Siegfried and Roy, what?
Did I mention that I cried?
Yes, you mentioned that. You come on, Frank, take him out.
Come here, suede head.
Until next time, Joel.
Hi, everybody. Well, it looks like Mutt and Jeff are in charge of the Invention Exchange this week,
And Joel, as everybody knows, that may be you, that the olfactory or sense of smell is our greatest memory enhancer.
Yes, as opposed to accent seasoning, which is a flavor enhancer.
Quite. So now, we have created the world's first scratch and sniff report card.
Exactly. So one scratch and one smell, and parents are transported back to those painful days of junior high. The scratch and sniff report card kind of helps take the edge off getting a bad grade.
Too true. On account of the smells, kind of make them remember what school was like then there.
well put. Okay, let me see. Say, it's true. It Smells like a habit trail. Pungent.
Exactly. You're in biology class, silly. Try the next one.
Oh, okay.
This is my favorite.
Ugh, smells like burning acetate and old Dutch cheese curls.
It's extracurricular activities, Joel, and you're an AV geek, mister.
Well, join our groovy gang. Let's watch Dr. Who on Sunday.
Okay, well, this next one seems simple enough. What could really happen? Oh, smells like that stuff they put on throw-up.
Oh, very observant, Joel. Turns out Letha Smithback is allergic to pink coconut frosting, hence the vomit.
Oh. Well, whatever. You know, this one you're holding down here smells really good.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you found it. This is a special report card my partner Tom and I developed for expensive private academies because, Joel, privilege has its own odor. What do you think, sirs?
Joel! Grades aren't important. It's the SATs that count. Well, now the good doctor and I would like to make a prediction about the next big trend in entertainment. Move over comedy clubs, move over trendy discussion salons, move over karaoke bars. Here comes ventriloquism. Big, broad, sassy, and brassy. And now, Deep 13, in association with George Slaughter Productions, would like to present the ventriloquistic stylings of Dr. Clayton Forrester and his lovable sidekick, Resusci Annie.
Hello, this is Resusci Annie. We've secured over 2,000 of these previously owned CPR demonstration dolls and retrofitted them with ventriloquist animations in anticipation of the ventriloquist boom of the 90s. And without further ado, it's time to sit back and laugh and learn with Resusci Annie. Well, say hello to the nice folks, Resusci.
Hello, nice folks.
Resusci, I implore you to be kind and courteous to these well-meaning and clean people here today.
I want to go find some chicks.
But Resusci, you is a chick. I said, Resusci, you is a chick. Frank, something's wrong. This looks like the big one. I'll revive Resusci and tell Joel about the movie. You dial 911 while drinking water. Your film today, Joel, is a little film which stars no one. It features a giant lame lobster and, Breathe, 2, 3, 4. It's called Teenagers from Outer Space, and it is a spunky load of noodles.
Boy, is it ever out there.
That's an odd taste. Send him the movie, Frank.
Health class!
And then the clam says, I thought I was a bivalve. I see you've heard that one. Oh, excuse me, dear. Joel, I was just entertaining. Until next time, pour the wine and then push the button, Louis.
Oui, oui, monsieur. Help me.
So have I told you I have a man up in space? No, literally, I have a man up in space.
Okay, here's a good one. Stop or guess who'll shoot my mama's babysitter and throw her from the train?
Oh, that's really
Cool it,
fun.
hard hat and legs are calling.
Oh, let me... Hello, is Dave home?
No, there's no one named Dave here. I think you have the wrong Oh, knock it off, you nitwits! Frat!
I can't believe you fell for that. What, have you been under a rock for the last 10 years? Hello? Is this thing on? Paging Dr. F. Hello?
Frank, let's pretend I hurt you and move on, shall we?
Done. Well, Joel, as the brilliant essayist and secret bigot H.L. Mencken once said, no one ever went broke underestimating the rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated, or something like that. The point is...
The point is that someone is making a mint off those damn Precious Moments bisque figurines, and Dr. Clayton Stonewall Forrester wants a piece of the pie. You dig?
I dig. That's why we've come up with these brand new optional gifts for Grandma that we like to call Tragic Moments figurines. Sure, Grandma will cry when she sees her lovely gift, but for very different reasons. This first one is entitled Sparky's Last Romp, and these beautiful handcrafted figurines depict little Billy's first hard lesson in life, plus what happens when a dog teases a cow way past the breaking point.
Thank you, Frank. This striking hand-painted lamp is titled By the Fire's Glow, and it depicts the tragic occurrence when you light off a Roman candle in the rumpus room.
This little beauty here is the flagship of our collection. It's entitled I'll Get It, and it depicts what should have been a really fun game of kickball gone tragically wrong.
Others in the collection include He Raises a Hand in Anger, World's Deadest Grandma, and Dad's Liquid Breakfast. And Joel, no one can predict the market on these things, but a 1987 copy of Who's That with Mom recently sold for $400. Your turn.
You should be locked up. No one can be that evil.
Oh, lighten up and get on with your invention.
Well, sirs, as you know, charismatic actor Jack Palance can make anything he says sound horrifying or, at the very least, really interesting. So we've came up with this Jack Palance impersonator kit. It makes anything you say worth listening to, isn't that right?
I just purchased a new shovel today. It's cost $15. Believe it or not.
See, or else you could go ahead and try to scare your friends. Excuse me, is that Jack Palance or Jack Palance?
That would be a decision for you to make. Choose wisely.
Well, what do you think, sirs?
Ah! Don't do that!
Your film today, Joel, is a cinematic tranquilizer starring Ben Murphy called Being from Another Planet. And I hope you haven't made plans for dinner, my little corn muffin. Oh, shut up.
Okay.
We've got moving.
Ah, Robinson, Servo, Mr. T. Robot. Our invention this week is inspired by today's experiment, Attack of the Giant Leeches. In ye olden times, alchemists believed that leeches served medicinal purposes.
So do we.
Yes, we found that the common freshwater leech can serve the same purpose as a nicotine patch, and being neither food nor drug, there's no pesky FDA regulation to impede your progress, and I can experiment at will. Frank?
At your service.
Our subject, Frank, has been trying to quit smoking for quite some time. He's a 3-pack-a-day man.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Shut up. Now, this leech, we'll call him Patches, when applied to the neck and head area, will suck any desire to smoke out of Frank.
No, I'm the sum of my vices. I am my pain, my happiness, my losses, my love, my struggles, my hobbies, my Lanta. I want to live. I want to live. I want to live and love and learn and live.
But this won't hurt a bit.
Okay.
There you go. Now, Patches, I'm depending on you, you slug.
Say, this is the most action I've gotten.
Frank, back to you, Joel.
Well, sirs, as you know, puberty is that time when childhood crosses that mighty threshold to adulthood. Kids can't wait for it to start, and grown-ups can't wait for it to leave. It's springtime for your body, and you're about to bloom into beautiful flora. But as you know, being an adolescent is time-consuming, and that's why we came up with this satellite of love, Insty Adolescent Kit.
Yeah, why waste your teendom in tortures, flux, when those funny feelings downstairs can be taken care of in a jiffy? Get ready. You'll have to start showering daily, as sebaceous oil included in the kit does double duty on your scalp, face, and underarms.
Oh, in my back, too.
Yeah, and don't forget the octaves you'll encompass when you finally encounter our minty fresh hormonal spray.
Hello, Susie. Want to go to the snow days dance with me?
And that's when your face turns beet red. But it's okay, because Susie won't notice, because you'll be covered with pimples.
You guys just don't understand.
understand me.
That's right. Now that you're a teen, the most innocent remarks by friends and families will be construed as personal attacks.
Oh, and what's that supposed to mean?
Well, fortunately, each kit comes with its own personal retort cards with comebacks like, "You just have no clue who was in my room," and "You guys are so phony."
Oh, you're not the boss of me.
Hey, but there's more. Mood pills. Yes, you'll span the emotional globe and you experience everything from mild nausea of persistent dread to ecstatic feelings of immortality.
What do you think? I'm stupid as stuff. I just don't feel
All this in one afternoon.
I don't care anymore. Great, but I still don't have my license.
Oh, listen, mister, if you don't like it, you could stay in a hotel down the street. What do you think, sir?
Very amusing, Joel. But let's not forget why you're up there. To watch really bad movies. And now, a Dr. Clayton Forrester presentation, Attack of the Giant Leeches.
Oh, you're doing homework all right. Oh, yeah, you are.
Guys are so
Look at what you did to your mother.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Oh, sorry, Frank. I left the leech on too long. Well, Frank? Well, now that you've sucked all the blood out of Frank, what are you going to do now?
Oh, write, produce. Be as creative as I can.
Have you thought about the mad scientist game?
Don't get me started. You know, I got some ideas. Maybe we could do lunch.
Sure.
Oh, you think you could pick it up? I'm flat busted. You know, I'd really love to produce you. I had this concept that maybe we could go in and...
This is our invention, Joel. Dr. Clayton Forrester and TV's Frank will now fulfill our destiny. The teasing jibes of classmates, the book dumping after typing class, the shameful expulsion from chess club. These are only...
Don't forget all the power sit-ups they made you do.
Yes, exactly. They will bow down...
Revulsion, scorn, and rejection of all the pretty girls.
Yes, exactly. They shall pay
Sophomore year and the shameful shower incident?
Yes, thank you, Frank. The point is that we shall cleave into this puny planet. We will crack the Earth as though it were a china cup, sending entire continents plummeting into the unforgiving sea. Prepare yourself.
Hey, may I ask a stupid question? Why are you guys doing this?
Yeah, what do you get out of it?
Well, you know, it's kind of a weird, you know, sort of, Omega Man kind of thing?
No, it's more of a, why don't you go on with your invention, Joel?
Well, sirs, my invention today is Jim Henson's Edgar Winter babies.
Well, I could see that. You know, I mean, they're little dolls and there's no pigmentation.
Why don't we just call this one a draw, Robinson? Sail on, Servo. I love a robot with panache.
Yeah, right, whatever. Well, Joel, everyone knows that design is the combination of two separate elements. That's why we've taken interior design, meshed it with household pests, and come up with something we like to call decorator roaches.
Yes, roaches. Fashions come and go, but roaches are forever. Our invention exchange this week is Swatch Roaches. Now, for you Southwest enthusiasts, we have this little number I like to call La Cucaracha. Get it? Of course you do. And for the sports enthusiast in your life, we have the 49ers Roach, complete with colors. And over here we have the Peter Max Roach.
Hey, I have found a roach we haven't categorized yet. Purple and gold, and it's got a little skimpy mustache on it.
My God, you found the Prince Roach! Frank, sign him up for Penny of the Month Club. Say, I didn't catch your name.
Steve Reeves.
Steve Reeves? Steve Hercules Reeves? Wow!
Frank. Say, you're not going to believe this. Talk about serendipitous experiences. We're showing one of your movies today.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad you're all happy about the Prince Roach. Look, I'm just going to cut out of here. I'll bill you for all the work, all right?
Oh, no. Joel, why don't you go on with your invention exchange?
Call. Well, sirs, our invention exchange is the Steve-o-meter.
No relation to Steve Reeves.
Right. Well, Steve Allen, as you know, is the author of over 300 books and short stories.
Over 4,000 pop songs.
The board game Blow Your Own Horn.
Yeah, there's so many things that Steve Allen has thought of. That's why we came up with the Steve-O-Meter.
There is the world that is known, there is the unknown, and there is what Steve knows.
Right, exactly. So what you do is if you thought of a new idea, you run the Steve-O-Meter over it, and if it buzzes, well, Steve's already thought of it. What have you got for us here, Crow?
Okay, it's an extremely simple and economical desalinization process for seawater.
Oh, okay, let's run the Steve-O-Meter over it. Oh, no, he's thought of it already.
Well, how about this, Joel? A series of novels about me and Jane Meadows solving murders together.
Let's run this up. Oh, I'm sorry.
How does it do that?
Well, here's my invention, my idea. It's the Steve-O-Meter. I'll just run the Steve-O-Meter over the Steve-O-Meter and... Oh, no, he's thought of that, too. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
Oh, that's so great, Steve. I really appreciate that. You are one cool breed of cat, let me tell you. Hey, Steve, check this out,
hey.
Huh? Roach burial, huh?
Why, you little...
Tell him about the movie.
All right. This is the first or second?
Second.
This is the second movie that I did, Hercules Unchained. It's a much younger Steve Reeves. And let me tell you, on this set, I toasted more than one brain cell, if you know what I'm saying.
Push the button.
All right, push the button. Here you go.
Movie sign! Steve Allen's thought of that, too!
Hello, Booby. I don't mean to rub it in, but we're entertaining a few celebrities here in the Deep 13 Grotto Room.
Wow, look at all of the George Kirby just got here, Dick Gaudier just arrived, Vicky Carr, just to name a few. Wow, what a party.
You know, Joel, our invention this week is made for men.
But the ladies like it too.
What is it?
We can't show you what it is, but get this.
We're wearing it.
Oh, come on, you guys. You didn't invent anything.
Well, that's what you'd like to think. It's comfortable, easy to wear, glides on easy, yet stays in place.
I shower in mine. People say I look more confident, which results in more sales. Shouldn't we be telling them to do their invention exchange?
Frank, you're ruining it for me.
Today's invention exchange, sirs, is based on the premise the kids love to read the back of cereal boxes.
That's why we've come up with serial novels.
Modern fiction, it's all part of this nutritious breakfast.
You see, right now Joel is reading Interview with a Vampire on the back of Count Chocula. Maybe later he'll eat some Ann Rice Puffs. I'm just kidding, of course.
Read Kaboom cereal with Bret Easton Ellis's controversial yet all but forgotten American Psycho on the back.
And for the more adventurous, you can start your day eating Lucky Charms while reading Thomas Pynchon's Gravity's Rainbow. It's magically obscure.
What do you think, sirs?
Well, Joel, we're introducing a new feature here today. Here's a hint. Remember Lost Continent? Remember rock climbing?
Oh, who can ever forget rock climbing, huh, Clay? Well, now, along the same lines, we've come up with something new, something we like to call Sandstorm. Sandstorm.
It's all part of a new program we like to call Deep Hurting. Deep Hurting. But that's for later. You run along and do your invention exchange, Joel.
Sandstorm.
Our invention exchange is Freak Out.
Freak out, huh? Cute, but it hardly qualifies as an invention.
Oh, did I forget to mention it's all part of a kit, and with refill sets you can make
Super Freak Out!
Well, we're not much for freaking out, are we, Frank?
Trails. Beautiful trails.
He'll take you down.
Freak Out and Super Freak Out by 4 Dead and Ohio Arts.
Tin soldiers, Nixon coming, sold separately.
What do you think, sirs?
I'm a scientist. I don't think, I observe.
See me. Feel me. Touch touch me!
Oh, great. You've triggered a freak out in Frank. Anyway, rock climbing was a cool groove compared to...
Sandstorm! Sandstorm!
That's right, Joel. What Wishbone Ash here is trying to tell you is that our invention exchange this week... Deep Hurting. ...is so beautiful, so insidious, so... That's right, that it's actually woven into the tapestry of today's experiment.
Hercules against the Moon Man.
And it all culminates in... Deep Hurting. But we don't want to give too much away. You run along, Joel. Push the button, Frank.
I am the button.
I don't understand it, Frank. This movie should have broken their will. It should have reduced Joel's brain case to a peat pot, encouraged the bots to rip their own heads off, and yet they thrive on it. They're growing larger, more confident.
You know, sometimes I wish I was one of those little guys up there, quipping away, gadding about. I wonder how you go to the bathroom up in space.
Frank, hand me my microphone.
Deep Hurting!
Poopy!
Deep Hurting!
Well, what do you think?
It's really not that good. I look like Garrett Utley with a cream pitcher wedged in his skull.
Well, yours is pretty good, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, right. Wouldn't pick up my worst enemy's dog droppings with this piece of crap. Oh, but I'm sure you'll get better. Dum Dum and Stinky Pants are calling there.
Dum Dum and Stinky Pants. Where do they come up with this stuff? Oh, I love that little red guy. Oh, look at me. I'm a little red robot and I can't move my arms.
Frank, why don't you ask them to do their invention exchange, okay?
Look, I love to laugh, and we're having fun, but please, can we get to the invention exchange? Stinky Pants.
Well, sirs, our invention exchange this week is based on those beer can caddy hats that shirtless, obnoxious guys wear at baseball games.
Yeah, only ours are built for whisper-thin, musky, bohemian types.
Yeah, they're called the Big Gulp Berets. As you can see, they've got caddies on the side to hold your favorite ice-cold Evian or Volvic or any other criminally priced spring water.
Now when you go see the Bloody Unicorn Puppet Theater's production of Marat Sade, you can still have your hands free to scribble poetry or dab on patchouli oil.
And at the dank uptown cast party afterwards, when the check comes, it frees up your hands to discover...
I must have left my money in my other pants. Could you spot me tonight? What do you think, sirs?
Very amusing, Joel, but I don't cotton to those long-haired artsy types. Now, you little scamps, beg me to do the invention exchange.
Okay, sirs, please do the invention exchange.
No. Well, okay. As a scientist, I'm constantly working with materials that threaten life on a global scale, and sometimes they spill. Enter these polysorbent biohazard cleanup pillows, once used only for industry. Well, we brought them into the home with our new designer biohazard throw pillows. Now, Frank has prepared a little one-act play to explain their efficacy.
Well, enough Charles in charge. I'd better get to work on that hardy new strain of dysentery I've been mutating. Oh, no! Not again! Well, Dr. Forrester's decorator biohazard cleanup pillows. I'm saved. Dr. Clayton Forrester, I love you.
Well, Jimmy Smits, your movie today is roasted fresh from the kitchens of Bert I. Gordon. It's a fetid little piece of tripe featuring sword and sorcery and Gary Lockwood and an embarrassed Basil Rathbone. It's called The Magic Sword.
Doctor, I think I sucked up some of that hazardous stuff.
Oh, don't be a baby. I've taken gallons of that stuff, and it's only made me stronger and taller.
but I don't feel good.
Oh, what are you gonna do now? Cry? Huh? You gonna cry, baby? Huh? You gonna cry? 1, 2, 3, cry.
Bill has a problem.
Bill is a sophomore at Ohio State and really never believed that your letters were true. I'm kidding, of course. And having conversations with him that produce more than 1 or 2 word responses proved more difficult. That has all changed since we discovered MST3K on a cable channel here in Virginia that is not available in Columbus. Knowing his bizarre sense of humor is probably genetic in origin, and knowing how addicted he has become to our MST3K bi-weekly fixes, we began taping your shows regularly and sending them to Bill. The amazing results are long, detailed chats about the latest tapes and comparing the parts we found most hilarious. So kudos to Guys and Gypsy for finding a way for parents and kids to connect. When people ask us how we manage to stay in such close touch with Bill and his generation because they too want to enjoy that kind of meaningful relationship with their kids, we simply tell them, keep circulating the tapes. Thanks. What do you think, Serge?
Oh, is the great Joe Robinson bridging the generation gap again? Ah, push the button, Frank.
Doctor, I don't feel too good. I think that biohazard whatever stuff is having an effect on me.
Really? You look great.
I do?
Yeah. Let's go get a pizza. I'll bring the mad scientist mobile around.
Oh, I don't think I could hold a pizza down.
Well, maybe we'll get you some soup.
Everyone's going to
I don't know, Joel. I still don't think it's a very good idea to have Gypsy watch the movie with us.
Yeah, I mean, she's a fun gal. She's got her own groove, but to be quite frank, I just don't think she's down at the street.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Oops, looks like the Glimmer twins are calling.
Good idea, Joel. Get Gypsy in on the fun. Well, what I wanted to say... Frank! Anyway, Joel, I've been on retreat most of this week. 3 days of silence, prayer, and simple food. And I've left the Invention Exchange up to Frank. Yes, learning to relax, learning to trust. Let's see what he's come up with, Frank?
Well, thank you. As you all might remember, Dr. Forrester and I run a pretty hot little daycare business down here in Deep 13. Dr. F handles the business side, so I know all about learning to trust. Whereas I handle the actual hands-on work of working with the toddlers down here. And yet, I'm still stuck doing all the lawn work. Well, that's why I've invented Lawn Baby. Now our lawn can still have that silken suburban sheen, and at the same time, I can take little baby for a leisurely stroll. Want to hand me that?
Here you go, Freddie.
Frank, you could have hurt baby Melvin. Well, Joel, as you can see, it's okay. As you can see, this one may not fly without a little more work. So much for trusting. Oh, that's okay. Why don't you go on with your Invention Exchange? No?
What a coincidence. You know, we've also been getting into the nesting instinct up here on the Satellite of Love. You know, it's becoming popular for young parents to begin molding and shaping their children from a very early age.
Why, Joel, you're radiant.
You're more beautiful than ever.
Thanks, you guys. And we thought it'd be a really neat idea for prenatal kids to get it on some of the really cool music that's going on right now, and also cash in on some of those self-motivational tapes. Enter the Womb Maid. You've got these headphones that go over your stomach like this, and then you play a tape. Say you want the leader of a future generation? Play the theme music from 2001, A Space Odyssey. Thus spoke Zatharatu.
And if you want an infant who can sell, just pop in Brian Tracy's Psychology of Achievement.
You know, everyone has abandonment issues, so play John Bradshaw's Healing the Child Within for your child within. Your child within. Hey, what's playing now, Joel?
Oh, I don't know. Let me check. What? It's Nazareth's Hair of the Dog album.
That's mine. How'd that get in there anyways?
I don't know, but I'm sure glad I'm not pregnant.
You're not, are you?
No, of course not, silly. Well, what do you think, Serge?
I'm having a little problem here. I'm having a little trouble hearing you. Anyway, your experiment this week is, sad to say, the last of the Hercules movies. I can't even tell you the name of the stiff that plays him this time out. Anyway, I've got to go help Frank with his little problem. Why don't you go on ahead?
Stop!
Looks like I've got some raking to do.
You have a very kind face.
Tom, now cut it out. I said you were colorblind, not blind.
I might as well be. For all the azure skies I've missed, all the green fields and apple blossoms I've never truly seen.
When I think of the elaborate stories you've had to invent to cover for the hideous lie you've been living, oh, Tom, it wouldn't have mattered to me.
You guys, listen to me. You're taking this all too seriously. I think Tom just has a simple red-green color deficiency.
Joel, Bosch and Lam are calling.
Oh, you're colorblind. What color is this? Now, what color is this? Sorry. Well, Joel, you may not know that Frank and I, with a little prompting from the Utney Reader, have been hosting a weekly discussion salon.
Yet with our hectic schedules, oftentimes our guests will arrive before we've had time to properly review Susan Faluti's Backlash, much less give the apartment that suitable bohemian look.
That's why we've developed these new beanbag pants. Now, these pants allow you to relax anywhere and to sit down and have a nice hot cup of talk. Frank, why haven't you put your pants on yet? I'm joking, of course. I kid.
Baby got back! Ugh. Actually, you know what? They're perfect for sit-ins. Imagine just once integrating a southern lunch counter in cushy comfort.
Yes, indeed, and they're perfect for those whispery discussions of white guilt with good friends. Frank?
You know, I thought that the invention lacked a certain je ne sais quoi, a certain depth.
I disagree, and yet it's so refreshing to meet someone with a fresh opinion like yours.
Gosh, sirs, that actually seems like a really nice idea, promoting open dialogue and social change. Today's invention exchange from the Satellite of Love is based on the premise that it's a really good idea to wear recycled paper as clothing, and we've got a persuasive presentation to prove it.
I'm Gypsy, and yesterday's news is tomorrow's fish and chip paper. Remember to pitch in.
That's right, Gypsy. Her dress was a tree, then it was a pile of newspapers, now it's a dress, and soon it'll be a pithy greeting card. Pretty responsible, eh?
I'm Crow, and my suit is made entirely out of used Viva paper towels. I wear it at the discos because I'm the quicker picker-upper.
How true, Crow. So absorbent. You know, you could spill soup, drool, or even drop a pitcher of margaritas on him, and he'll remain warm and dry.
And I'm Tom Servo, and I may be colorblind, but it's plain to see I'm wearing a dress. What am I, that girl?
Maybe so. In that case, you can't afford to be seen in the same thing twice. Change in a flash with our flash paper clothing. Just one flick of the bic and...
Oh, for crying out loud. Not only am I colorblind, I'm flash blind now, too. Oh, jeez, I'm going to go lay down. Oh, geez.
There go the drapes.
What do you think, sirs?
Sorry we missed that, Joel. Anyway, your movie this week is called Manhunt in Space. But first, a little kinescope suppository from our video depository. It's an old General Hospital.
So anyway, reading John Paul Sartre opened up a whole new world for me. Suddenly being a shift supervisor at Arby's wasn't enough anymore. I had to say to myself, I have to do what's right for Frank. I have to do what's going to make Frank feel good in this cold, heartless, modern world.
Frank, when I get out of this, I'm going to kill you.
The existence of vague threats that no one can do anything about.
It's not a vague threat, Frank. I'm going to kill you.
Hey, check this out. Okay, get going.
Gypsy.
Oh, the Invention Exchange. Well, this is based on the popular See and Say toy that helps teach kids about the animal kingdom.
Right, only ours helps kids to sort through the maze of family reunions by matching their relatives' faces, names, and voices on this colorful and amusing toy.
Yeah, it's called the Aunt Catherine wheel. Why don't you show them how it works, Joel? Which one's Uncle Carl again?
Okay, I just line it up on Uncle Carl here. Pull the lever.
Uncle Carl says, "Hey, why don't you grab your uncle another beer, huh?"
Hey, Joel, is Grammy Fisher the one who smells weird?
No, oh no, here's Grammy Fisher right there, okay?
Grammy Fisher says,
Well, this'll probably be my last Christmas with you kids.
Well, what do you think, sirs?
Aunt Ethel says,
You're on the goofballs, aren't you?
Well?
Not bad. I bet Frank would really like one of those. And here's Frank now, wearing my invention for this week's exchange. Everyone has a smoking jacket, and now for the foppish lush, there's my new drinking jacket. Large pockets really hide the booze, and it comes with the DTs, of course.
Oh my God! Oh, help me! Nurse!
Perfect for a naked lunch over any lost weekend, or take it under the volcano for those days of wine and roses. Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf? Not my little barfly with his new drinking jacket from Old English Botany 500, who remind you that booze really heals. Joel?
That is the sickest thing you guys have ever done.
2 words, get over it. Greetings, homunculus. Let me set up this week's invention exchange. Now,
Well, let me guess, they're good luck troll costumes.
these good luck troll Hey, you wrecked my reveal.
Can we just get on with this, please? Man, this
Shut
is
up,
humiliating.
Frank, or I'll let the dog play with you. Face it, boobykins, the good luck troll doll is a real popular item, and we want to be popular, therefore deductive reasoning demands these adorable troll costumes.
Whatever happened to empiricism?
That's 2, Frank. Imagine the coos of young college girls as they place you in their purse for good luck, or better yet, place you on the nightstand and rub your belly.
Oh, yeah, I mean, nothing makes a co-ed melt more than looking like a combination of Michael J. Pollard, Yahoo, Sirius, and Buddha. I mean, I can think of 5
Frank!
Out of here. Yeah.
Frank, get back here! Frank! Make with your invention exchange, Wishnick.
Well, I'm wearing it. It's for people who love the game of pool or pocket billiards and want to take it with them wherever they go. It's called pocket pool, and it comes complete with green felt underwear and this handy ball dispenser. All right, guys, let's rack them up.
Hey, I thought this was going to be pocket lawn darts.
No. Now, I don't want you guys to put any beer glasses on me or cigarette butts, all right?
8-ball deluxe. Stop talking and start chalking.
All right, gentlemen, the game is 8-ball. And I break. Oh, I got stripes.
How do you know?
I just know, all right. Okay, now, this one's 13 off the side, off 2 rails, and a kiss off the 6th. Oh, I scratched.
That means I'm up, right?
Hey,
yeah.
you got a snooker down there.
Hey, get out of there, you. All right.
I'm going to have to use the bridge for this.
Oh, let me... Wait a minute. Nothing doing. What do you think, sirs?
Well, Joel, there's a lot of heat around us now. Several toy companies are interested in making dolls in our likeness, and we're taking a lot of meetings today.
Who's going to drive your plumpiness?
Push the button, Frank. Push the button. I'll do it.
Wait. Just a second. Ooh.
Hello, gang of 4. We racked Frank's brain for this week's invention exchange, but nothing doing. Then I realized it was right under our noses. Frankie Pooh? Frank!
Well, let's say the Kiwanis want to present a check to the local cheerleaders for their brand new uniforms. So they want to end up on the front page of the Pope County Trumpeter with this puny check?
No, you'll need the big check from the big checkbook. That's right, Daddy's got the checkbook for Wimbledon, Publishers Clearinghouse, Shriners Hospital, PGA Tours. They all have to come to me, because Forrester cuts the checks. Daddy Warbucks Forrester holds all the cards.
Doctor, I have this Volvo called, I guess, Courier won the tournament, and they need a check for $400,000.
Well, don't just stand there, Frank. Cut them a check.
Okay, sure. No. Let's see. Volvo. What's the date?
Frank, there's a couple of checks missing here.
Oh, I guess I wrote a couple.
To whom, Frank? To whom?
Oh,
Think? Think?
Oh. No.
Yeah?
No.
Frank, you've got to remember to register the checks.
Jerry's Kids. That's it, Jerry's Kids. Does 1.5 mil make any sense?
Why don't you go on with your invention exchange, Mr. Roper?
Today's invention exchange is a new kind of sneaker technology. You got your air sneakers and you got your gel sneakers, but what good are either of them if you can't eat them?
The centerpiece of this high-tech cross-training shoe is a shock-resistant chamber of deliciously spreadable port wine cheese, which provides cushioning to the heel and gentle arch support at 3 crucial impact points.
And oh, it's great on crackers. Say you just finished a grueling 10K. You park your hinder at the juice bar, and what do they serve you? A piece of rye crisp. May we suggest you top it with rich creamery cheese?
Right. The Nike Air Chelada. Just eat it.
Is that cheese or is that the shoe? Ugh.
What do you think, sirs?
Oh.
Think, Frank, think.
I don't know.
Do you know what this means? It means bankruptcy and scandal and prison. One of us is going to prison, and it ain't gonna be me. Your experiment this week, Joel, is a Cyroth classic called Fire Maidens of Outer Space. Frank, did you buy any little donuts you like? Did you rent any movies? Did you get any Time Life books? Think, man, think!
I don't.
Well, Booby, our experiment this week was supposed to be about brushing after meals, but this one here never stops eating.
Excuse me. You know, for years now, Dr. Forrester has been trying to get me to not brush after eating. He's tried everything: pleading, scolding, electroshock therapy, attaching a clothespin to my...
That's enough, Frank. I, Dr. Clayton Forrester, have discovered an important truth. Before adulthood, when booze becomes a staple, sugar is the next best substitute to parental love. That's why I've invented Deep 13 toothpaste. It's the candy-coated, sugar-frosted dentifrice, which 9 out of 10 disreputable dentists choose by name.
I'm having chocolate peanut butter fudge toothpaste. It also comes in cookies and cream, Rocky Road, banana fudge ripple, and 31 other flavors.
Yes, now kids can brush their teeth and still rot their teeth. Now, how to get kids to smoke?
At long last, Senator, have you no sense of decency?
Speaking of rotting teeth, our invention is inspired by big rock stars of our time.
That's right. In the past, the only musicians who could afford to destroy their guitars every night were rich rock stars like Pete Townsend, Jimi Hendrix, Rick Springfield.
Rick Springfield?
Well, I wish he'd destroy his guitar. Anyway, now even struggling garage bands can destroy their guitars with the new rock and wreck guitar.
Yeah, now you can unleash a glorious moment of anarchy. But it doesn't have to be permanent.
That's right. Most music careers may be temporary, but your guitar doesn't have to be.
And as you spend the remainder of your life working long hours at a fast food joint, folding cheese-aritos, you'll always have a souvenir of your once hopeful youth.
Really dark, Crow. What do you think, sirs?
Frank, give me that. You've had enough. Well, Booby, Rocky Jones, Winky, and the whole lethargic gang is back again in your experiment today in the long-awaited sequel to Manhunt in Space, Crash of the Moons, plus a General Hospital short. Need I say more? Frank, quit bogarting that toothpaste. Well, Joel, as you know, many prominent American woodworkers have, well...
died.
Yes, they're dead. Not meant as a criticism, but still true.
Which is the basis of our invention exchange this week. It's the router Ouija board. Sure, any ordinary Ouija board can contact spirits from beyond the grave.
But with the router Ouija board, when you're in contact with the spirit of a dead woodworker,
lost in the hoary underworld, ooh,
you get woodworking done with the pride and craft unknown in the world of the living. Now, Joel, prepare yourself, for we are in contact with someone or something known as Ethan Allen. Oh, Ethan Allen, most powerful and revered woodworker, give us a sign.
Wow, I hope they conjure up Homer Formby next.
Homer Formby's not dead.
He isn't?
No.
Well, what the heck am I thinking of?
Next week, we will demonstrate the lathe of heaven. Why don't you go ahead with your invention exchange, Joel?
Sure, remember this old gag? Thanks for holding, Crow.
Oh, hi, Joel. Hey, how's hubby? Hey, put Dory on, would you? Oh,
Oh. Yes, the squirting phone, a classic on the level of the spitting clam.
Now it's been updated and digitized for the 90s. Say hello to the funny gag fax.
You just feed the paper in like any fax machine, add a little water, and fire away at some unsuspecting rube 100 miles away.
You set up down there, sirs?
Ah, Frank, there's a fax coming through this. Now, you see, I told you this would start paying for itself as soon as we plugged it in. Let's see if we've got it. Oh. It's for you.
Oh, thank you. Interesting. Interesting. Here, check this out.
Really? What is it? Take a look here. Just for that, Joel, I'm gonna send you Attack of the Eye Creatures, which I was going to do anyway. Push the button, Frank.
That's okay. You'll get him next time. You'll be okay.
Would you put that thing down? God.
That's nothing, Joel. Clive Barker says, I have seen the future of horror, and it's everything I need to know I learned in kindergarten.
Ready with the invention exchange, Chief Areno?
Each day, Frank and I are faced with many time constraints. What with the mountain of paperwork here at the lab, Frank's social calendar, and my jazzercise, we just don't have time to relax. At the odd occasion, we do have an evening free to take in, say, a film. We run around here like ninnies, trying to shower and shave and get there, only to spend a half hour in line.
So do what I do. Don't get ready to go until you're already there. How? It's easy. With the new Frank brand Quick Primp Kit.
That's right. Spend that downtime in line doing something productive, like teasing your brow or finding your natural part. Now, say for demonstration purposes, Frank and I are in line to see, Out on a Limb.
Well, in that case, we'd be seated already.
Frank?
Okay, just for argument's sake, let's say we're online to see Out on a Limb. Anyway, now I'm not nearly ready to go, but it doesn't matter. I merely take out this light and portable Frank brand full-length mirror. Then I quickly secure the Whisperweight Frank brand toiletry chapeau. Really kind of depends on the good graces of the person standing in front of you. I find average height really works best. I'll be done in just a... Do I look fat to you? Just a second. Hey. Back up to you, Mr. R.
Well, our invention exchange this week, sirs, takes us into the world of art.
Abstract expressionism. It's what's hot. All the kids are dying for it.
That's why we've invented the paint-by-number Mark Rothko. Now even little Johnny can join the color-field painters and challenge the convention of the art world.
Yeah, let's see here. We got our number 5 paint. It says number 5 here. Oh. We just dip the brush and start painting. It's fun.
Joel, are you sure you're doing that right? Let's take a look at the box, huh?
Yeah, let's see what it is. What do you know?
Looks pretty good to me.
What do you think, sirs?
I don't know much about art, but I know what I like. And I like today's film. You young Turks are in for the wackiest ride since Richard Pryor boarded the Silver Streak. Please enjoy the Rebel set. But first, an aptly named film entitled Johnny at the Fair.
No,
lower.
No. It's right in the center.
Like
down,
the other way. It was fine.
No,
It was
down.
fine.
No,
What do you want?
Well, Joel, with tongue planted firmly in cheek, we give you this week's invention exchange.
It's from the mixed-up files of one Dr. Clayton Forrester.
And the button-down mind of TV's Frank.
It's from the breezy, irreverent viewpoint of Dr. Clayton Forrester.
And the quirky, offbeat perspective of TV's Frank.
The twisty, skewered, slightly bent brain of Dr. Clayton Forrester.
The wacky, whimsical way of TV's Frank.
It's from the...
Would you just get on with it?
Our invention this week is based on the concept of the refrain. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't.
Here, allow me. How many times has this happened to you? Your fridge is stuffed with tasty food. I can't.
I'm sorry. We've got a bad case of the sillies.
Huh. Sometimes I just don't understand your generation's humor. Well, we'll do our invention exchange first, Joel.
Well, when I was a kid, it was all the rage to wear a beanie copter from Bob Clampett's Beanie and Cecil show. Well, times have changed. I'm a man now, and I like things that are a lot more powerful and a lot more cool.
That's why we've come up with a beanie chopper.
It's got a 400 horsepower Liberty engine with a supercharger and a circular piston configuration, just like the 1931 Bellanca, the one that Hugh Hendren and Clyde Pangborn used when they flew nonstop across the Pacific for the first time. Okay, Joel, gas on.
Gas on.
Contact.
Contact. Well, pretty neat, huh?
Are you kidding? I thought you were going to go through the roof.
Well, I can't go through the roof. We're in space and all. I just figured you guys would like it a lot more. I really, put a lot of work into it and everything.
Oh, yeah, it's great, Joel. I just thought you were going to go through the roof.
Yeah, it's really, something. I kind of agree with Crow. Should have gone through the roof.
I guess I thought you'd go through the roof is all.
Okay, invention exchange. Invention exchange. Now, this time I mean it. Have you seen those commercials for First Alert with William Conrad for First Alert? Well, our invention exchange this week is a similar concept we call the fridge alert. Now, come on, Frank, come on. Come on, I'm serious. It's a special alarm specifically designed to keep William Conrad away from your refrigerator. Okay, now, when William Conrad opens your refrigerator door, an alarm signals the fact that it's William Conrad who's stealing your phone. Now, I set the alarm off for demonstration purposes, but remember, it only works when it's William Conrad who's raiding your refrigerator. Which is totally absurd. I mean, who's going to need this thing? Maybe Quinn Martin. And he's dead. Your movie this week. It's the Human Duplicator. That's Richard Gale. Get me! I'm William Conrad. William Conrad is actually going to be here.
Yeah, like Cannon is going to show up here, I'm sure.
Frank, it's the big one. Literally. After him.
Oh, come on, relax, Chief. He's not going to get far.
How true, how true. What say, in honor of the occasion, I press the button this week?
It would be an honor.
Thank you, Frank.
Frank. Well, Bezor, let's not waste any time. You'll remember we agreed to a theme for this week's Invention Exchange, and that theme was...
Action figures?
No, it was action figures. Tell you what, we'll make it a competition. You win, and we'll all enjoy local hero. You lose, and you'll be forced to watch a film stinkier than your Little Pearl's Cheese Factory, Monster A-Go-Go. And Frank here can act as our impartial judge, okay?
You have got to be kidding me!
We're gonna get burned, Joel. We're gonna get roasted like nuts.
Oh, come on, you guys. Frank's a square fella. Besides, I think it'll be fun. Shall we toss a coin, see who goes first?
I did. We won. Let him have it, Steve.
You know it, Frank. All action figures have two things in common. merchandising, and accessories. But there is a fatal flaw in this philosophy that yours truly and the monkey here have rooted up like the pussy scab it is.
The component factor. Most kids can't be satisfied with just a simple startup kit. One doll, naked, alone, and afraid. You gotta have all the accessories. But why stop with the doll? Don't you see? You sell a component doll.
Introducing Johnny Longtorso, the doll who is himself sold separately.
Johnny Longtorso, Johnny Longtorso, the man who comes in pieces.
He's long. Now, you might want to start with the long torso starter unit and then add the action head. Just look at the detail on this.
Then accentuate the head with the right and left eyeball action packs. Plus, Johnny's perfect ears, sold separately.
Now get your hero up off the floor and give him something to do with the left arm, right leg, left leg limb packs.
Then, if you order now, you also get the high-performance right and left foot upgrades. All for only $10 with this coupon.
Not included.
And then gear up for high adventure with the hair kit, the rugged nose option, the sleek and sassy butt portions, the realistic action batch, and so much more.
Now, altogether, this hunk of rubber would go for about $8. But sold separately, one Johnny Longtorso unit can bring in $300.
It all adds up to merchandising profit the American way.
Well, Schmoll?
Evil! You are evil!
Calm down, honey. It's okay. Come on. Let's show them what we got. Come on, sirs. I decided that this week my bots have what it takes to take you on in the Invention Exchange. And they've come up with decidedly uneven line of affordable, non-violent action figures. Come on, let's show them what we got, guys.
All right, Joel.
Yeah, okay.
Well, my figure is called Action Oxford. It's Edward de Vere, the 17th Earl of Oxford, well placed in the court of Elizabeth and revered by the crowned heads of Europe. Why, it's been well argued that Action Oxford was the real author of Shakespeare's plays and sonnets.
Wow, cool. Show them all the features.
Well, he writes, and he's got a great fencing arm. Oh, and he embodies that enigmatic sadness that was prevalent among late Renaissance intellectuals and courtesans. And he costs only $12 complete.
Wow, educational, fun, and historically accurate. Good job, Tom. Okay, Crow, who's this cool guy over here?
Oh, he's just the host organism, but hey, look in his mouth. Introducing Wood Screw Tapeworm. Yeah. He lives out his life cycle in the entrails of the host body until he's expelled or dies.
Cool, a parasite. Just look at the detail.
Yeah, the digestive tract's as exciting as the Amazon jungle. There's danger, adventure, and half-digested food around every curve.
Wow, I want to play with this one right now. Okay, Gypsy, it's your turn. Take us over the top. What you got?
Yeah, well, it's world champion track sensation Wilma Rudolph.
Ooh.
She does the 400-meter hurdles in under 1:15, and she's a great role model to boot.
Cool.
Wow, now that's cool and inspiring. Yes. Beat that, you sirs. Yes. Come on. Beat Wilma Rudolph. Come on.
Frank?
We won.
You lose. I'm going to spit on you now. Just a little spittle called Monster A-Go-Go.
Monster A-Go-Go, Joel.
And because I'm gloating, I'm going to stick you with a short as well. It's a flaming little sack of dog poopy called...
Circus. On ice. Okay, thanks a lot. Sorry about the tip. I left the money in my other pocket. Oh, hi, Joel. How you doing? We'll be with you in 1 second. Clayton, here, boy. Come here, Clayton. Here, boy. Here, Clayton.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you, Frank.
The stuff is here. The stuff that we ordered.
Just in time for the Invention Exchange. You go first, Pumpkin Pants.
Well, your ample ones, my Invention Exchange this week dynamically blends martial arts with snacking. It's called Snaction, and it makes snacking fun. Here's a Snaction favorite, the Wax Knuckles, all right? It's a pixie stick filled with delicious straight sugar. See? Okay, and hey, Crow. Hey, Crow. What are these? What are these here?
What are which ones?
What are these?
Oh, them are the 5 lady fingers of death. Gee.
5 lady fingers of death. You get it? And this is based on a Chuck Norris movie. It's called The Everlasting Octagon Stomper. You get it? Oh, and these are ninja throwing cookies.
Oh, hey, those are delicious.
Yeah. You see, everybody doesn't like some things, but nobody doesn't like Bruce Lee. Ouch.
Uh-oh. I broke him.
Oh, well, that's really great, Joel, but we've got something going down here that's really special. Tell him, Frank.
Well, Dr. Forrester has taken the money from my 401k and sunk it into these fast food novelty items, which he's just sold to a major buyer who shall remain nameless.
Well, actually, that fell through, but I'm sure they're going to sell. You see, Joel, they're called Unhappy Meals.
You took my money and you haven't sold them yet?
Oh, quit whining, Frank. As an example, Joel, this one comes from the restaurant with a cold hamburger sandwich with a bite taken out of it, some floor sweeping compound, a couple of dead silverfish, and a rusty suture needle.
You took all my money, you son of a...
Watch it, Frank. Now, there are many different styles, Joel. For instance, this one comes with a maze, and you try to get the motorcade past the book depository. And then this one comes with a used Q-tip. Ooh, that is unhappy, isn't it? And then there's one with a roach motel, and, well, you get the idea. What do you think?
I think it's evil, and it'll never sell.
Yeah, and give Frank his money back.
Yeah.
Frank, are you all right up there?
What do you care?
Frank, I care a lot.
Then give me back my money.
And all you care about is money. Well, maybe you need some time alone to think about your priorities. Oh! Frank, so help me. This time I'm really... Oh, hello, Joel. It's been a rough week. Frank's been bad again.
Hey, it's who I am, all right?
Oh, Frank. Joel, you've seen me with Frank. You've seen me trust him, give him free rein. It just doesn't work. Frank just takes advantage.
Oh, I'm really sorry about that.
Oh, I wish I could believe that. Fortunately, my invention this week is exactly what's called for. Joel, this is the tough love seat, with its fine, sticky Naga hide and its sharp studs on the seat back inside. One day in the tough love seat provides all the nurturing punishment of an entire year at military school.
Hey, I do what I do. You don't have to like it, all right? Oh, what, now am I supposed to get into your little seat? Is that what this is all about?
Oh, that would be fine, Frank. But before you do, notice how this stain is still fresh.
Oh, now that I've seen that, I'm totally gonna change the way I live!
Leg up. Lips in place. Oh, and I almost forgot. This little devil here provides 110 volts of current surging intricately throughout the Naga hide. It's a simple lesson, Frank. Actions have consequences.
Tell me about it.
And finally, Joel, since there's room for two, I can join Frank. Perhaps we can start that long and painful process of healing together. Remember, Frank, this hurts me as much as it hurts you. Oh, God, why don't you go ahead, Joel?
Whoa, wonder what Frank did.
Yeah, I don't know. I think some punishment can border on abuse. Anyway, this week's Invention Exchange is based on popular trend spotter Faith Popcorn, author of the popular Popcorn Report. She's hotter than ever these days.
Yeah, there are more and more trends every day, and it's critical that we all know about them and react.
Right, and that's why we've come up with microwave Faith Popcorn. Now you can get her dead-on and uncanny trend spotting in a matter of seconds.
Hey, what's the next trend gonna be? Neo-fascism? Bank failures? Self-surgery? It doesn't matter. You see, with microwave Faith Popcorn, you'll never be blindsided by pop culture again. And it's ready in just seconds.
Oh, wow.
Smells great.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, here's a hot one. Let's see. It says, underwear will be replaced with the advent of spray-on skin liners. What do you know?
Hey, let me see one.
Okay.
Oh, grandpa tossing. Fun, low cost, join the league. Wow.
Let me try one of them buttery trends
let's
there.
see. Here.
Okay. Bras for businessmen, no longer just for a select few.
Wow. Makes sense.
Oh, sure
What's this? Here's one that didn't quite pop. What's that one say?
Feminist Catholicism. Oh, didn't pop.
No, it didn't. What do you think, sirs?
Remember, Frank, I'm doing this for you. I know that now, Doctor.
Well, Joel, now that Frank and I have achieved a new beginning, I can tell you that your experiment this week, Bride of the Monster, comes direct from one of Hollywood's most famous cross-dressing directors.
Penny Marshall?
No! Ed Wood, Jr. And it's preceded by a bad short. Hired. It's about work. Hope you like it. Send him the movie, Frank.
Jerry Reed elected to high office.
Oh, Joel, a hearty hello to you and yours. Let me just say this about today's Invention Exchange. Let them eat chocolate.
That's right, Joel. That's right, Joel. Our invention this week is based on one's natural inclination to bite the heads off of chocolate bunnies.
That's right, Frank. That's why we've invented the chocolate bunny guillotine. Eliminate the guesswork in biting the heads off bunnies. Ready, Mr. Executioner?
Yes, my liege.
You have stolen painted eggs in a time of famine. Off with their head, Frank. And no chocolate mess. Well, poopsies?
What about the pardon from Fanny Farmer?
Yeah, his only crime was being born delicious.
It's okay, you guys. They're there. It's all right. Let's show them our invention exchange, all right? Our invention exchange is called the Cartooner. Have you ever noticed that funnies just aren't funny anymore? The Cartooner takes stodgy, ambiguous cartoons like Mark Trail and mixes them with stiflingly unfunny cartoons like Blondie, puts them together, and makes them funny. Check it out. Well, look at this. Let's see what happened. Well, okay. Here's Dagwood, and he's eating a giant sandwich made out of twigs, grubs, and a tufted titmouse.
That's pretty funny.
Hey, that's funny.
Oh, now do the Lockhorns.
Oh,
yeah. Kathy.
Yeah.
Lockhorns and Kathy, put them in the Cartooner.
Goes round and round.
Yes, and it comes out here.
Let me see. Oh, hey, Mrs. Lockhorn accidentally crashed her car into the store where Kathy was trying on a swimsuit.
Okay.
Hey, Joe,
Okay.
let's try a panel of Bill Keene's Heartwarming Family Circus with Gary Larson's Off Center the Far Side.
Okay, put them together, mix them up. And let's see, here it is.
Oh, let me see there. A dotted trail showing where anthropomorphic jackals have chased little Billy.
It's out! What do you think, sirs?
Oh, my ribs.
I don't think. I get even. Dig this, mes amis. Your average Joe has never seen a film like today's experiment. Your average person on the street has not even begun to conceptualize the horror, which is your experiment today, Mr. Joel Average. I give to you Manos, the Hands of Fate, served with a short, the stirring conclusion to Hired. Hit the button, Frank.
Yes, oh, Fluffy, you're so
Frank!
nice. Oh, Fluffy, here. Oh, you take this. Yes.
Push the button, Frank.
Ziggy had Garfield neutered. Now that's funny.